Hey, Aries. Welcome to your monthly reading for September 2024. So good to see you. Thanks for showing up. And a shout out to the subscribers, new and not so new. We are growing by leaps and bounds, and I really, really, really appreciate the support. You guys are great. So, let me show you what came out of the decks. All right, we have the full. By the way, there are 7 major arcanas. Big, 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 big changes, people. It's a beautiful thing. Even if it doesn't feel beautiful at the moment, it is. All right, so we've got the Fool, Leap of Faith, got Strength, we've got the 3 of Wands, and at the bottom it says Established Strength, so strengthy stuff twice. And we have the 8 of Swords, shortened force, it says. We have the Magician, transmuting energy. We have the Hermit, going within. We have the Wheel of Fortune, what goes round comes round. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have Judgment. We have Death. And 3 oracles. One from the Sacred Traveler. This is Joy and Delight. One from the Telepathy Oracles. This is Confusion. And one from the an angel message from the Angel Oracles, guys. Opportunity to forgive. All right, so let's see what's going on here. My favorite humans. Okay, so the Fool. So this kind of speaks for itself. A lot of stuff has fallen by the wayside, or been let go of, or been left behind, or sometimes forcibly by the universe, who works through other human beings. But the bottom line is, for the most part, you've discarded a great deal of what no longer serves you. And that took an immense amount of courage and strength. Okay, so once you were able to let go of whatever it was or whoever it was, it proved to you that you were going to be okay. So you were able to take a leap of faith into something new. And for some of you, it's new relationships, new jobs, new friendships, new tribe, new home, new car. I feel like you guys are trying something new that you haven't experienced before. So, good for you. And then we have the 3 of Wands, which to me is stability. And you're looking out, make sure he's got an ocean here. Yes, he does in ships. Some of the tarot decks have, the 3 of Wands has sand and mountains, but this one has the ocean. So moving forward, moving on, waiting for your ship to come in. You can see it. You see it's coming. It's on the way to you. And that message, that is the message from Spirit, that it's on its way. And some of you are seeing it a little bit here and there. Okay, the Spirit's giving a little heads up. Let's call it a heads up. You're going to see it, as I said, in spurts right now. There'll be a huge amount of proof in front of your face one day, and the next day you're like, where to go? And Spirit is suggesting to just allow. What's happening now is you're seeing what's to come. These are things you've manifested. So you're seeing what's to come. And it is human nature to become impatient and say, all right, I'm ready. Where is it? The thing is, divine timing is all about us receiving our desires in the physical form when we are ready. I do the same thing. I'm ready. Where is it? And Spirit says you're not ready. If you were ready, you'd have it in your hand. You already have it. It's just not tangible right now. It's nothing that you can touch or feel or see with your eyes. But it is there. And Spirit's just letting you know that it's on its way to you. The only thing you need to do is stay as calm as possible and be open to receive. So, because you've done a lot of work, you've done a lot of inner work, kind of been forced to. The universe doesn't generally step in as hard as it's been stepping in, forcing us to let go of things. And if we don't let go of them, we pay a price for that. So, that's what this is. She is honestly not bound up that tightly. She could wiggle out of that if she chose to. But she doesn't know that yet. She's not conscious of it yet. She's not aware of it yet. And that's where you were, or are where you are coming out of right now. And once she unbinds herself, she can remove the blindfolds. Those swords are there for her protection. She's not ready yet. When she's ready, she'll loosen those binds and she'll take off that blindfold. And that's, as I said, where you are or where you are heading towards right now. And I feel like around the second week of September, a large portion of staying unaware to the things that are going on around us, or unaware of things that we're manifesting coming to us, that is pretty much going to be done for now. We'll cycle around to that again at some point, but this, oh my God, this year has been gorgeous. So much stuff going on, and I know it's exhausting. I know it is. And but I feel like some of you are sleeping a little bit better. Once you saw the proof of that manifestation, you slept better. And then you didn't when you started asking, okay, well, where is it? Is that all I get? Is that little glimpse? For now, that's all you get. More's coming. Just pay attention to what's going on around you. The Spirit's saying, pay attention to what people say to you. Not as a warning so much as Spirit is speaking through other human beings and sending you messages through other human beings. So if somebody says something to you that sounds off, or you're like, where'd that come from? Pay attention to that. That Spirit speaking to you through other people. We are here to support each other as spiritual beings and as human beings. And sometimes things will come out of our mouth that we have no idea where that came from, and it will help somebody else. So that's just their intuition. They're paying attention to Spirit speaking to them. So, yeah, pay attention. People are talking and they're saying stuff that you need to hear. Stuff that points toward the proof of your manifestations. Okay. And this is why we have the Magician here. The Magician transmutes energy from one form into another. Now, in medieval times, the magician was an alchemist. Turned metal into gold, turned metal into silver, or if they were an actual magician, like, oh, I can't remember the magician's name. Anywho, if they were an actual magician, they would actually transmute one type of energy into physical form. So Merlin, that's his name. If it was referring to a Merlin type magician. So, anywho, so we have the Hermit, and the Hermit he's guided by his lantern. He's gone within. He's done that inner work. He's paid attention to what spirit or source or the universe or God or Jesus has been telling him. And he's using that knowledge as a lantern. And he's going one step at a time. Things will come much quicker than you thought they were going to in September, because right now it feels slow. It feels like you're little trickles of this and that and the other, all these, things that you want, things that you desire. You're getting little trickles of them. But in September, the second week of September, I feel like that's when things are really going to start gearing up. Third week in September, we'll be out of the shadow period of Mercury. And the thing is, this Mercury retrograde has been a trip. To me, it's been a trip. Yeah, there's been delays, but they've been for a reason. I mean, and they're always for a reason. No matter what Mercury retrograde we're experiencing, it's always for a reason. But things have been moving forward too. So that is because of all the other planets that have went retrograde, and the last planet comes out of retrograde on the 7th of December. So there's been a lot of revisiting of situations, people, places, and things, and you making a firm decision on it. It's just the universe saying, "Are you done? Are you finished?" I think I said this for August reading too. Are you done? Are you finished? And you said yes. Thank you very much. I am done and I am finished for the most part. And that has produced the death and the rebirth. The death. We have the death card. We've experienced this death of the old and the birth of the new. For the most part, it's new ways of thinking and being. Because I feel like we were kind of in a hangman position for a while. I'm getting the energy. We don't have it. We don't have the hangman up, not even on the bottom of the decks, which I'll show you those soon. But we've been in this hangman energy of, okay, when can I go again? When can I start moving forward again? We're pulling out of that. Forward movement, even in the hangman position, has still been happening, but more on a conscious level, not an actual physical reality level. So things have been progressing, but they've been progressing here, and they've been progressing here. So, just so you know, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, let me see. We're right about here on the Wheel of Fortune, and we're coming up to the top. Okay, what goes around comes around. One of the planets that's retrograde is Pluto. Had to look. Sorry, Pluto. Death, rebirth, transformation. And that's why these old situations, people, places, and things have been popping up, even thought processes, ways of thinking. have been popping back up, and there's been an intense urge to go back to those things because they're comfortable. The word I really should use, thank you, Spirit, familiar. Not comfortable anymore, otherwise you'd still be there. But familiar. You have changed. And those familiar ways of thinking, being, and doing are not going to be comfortable in any way, shape, or form. So Spirit says, my spirit guides are a bunch of Weisenheimers, okay? They said, if you don't, that you might as well not even bother going back to these old things, because it's going to be a waste of your time. You already know that they don't serve you anymore. So just keep moving on. You know what? And as soon as you make this conscious decision to just move away, move on, walk away, turn around, go the other direction, those things, it's like they were never there. It's like they never showed up again. Because now you're focused on where you're going, not where you've been. Where you've been served a purpose. And where you are now in your timeline at some point will be your past. In a lot of schools of thought, you're already in your past. And I tend to agree with that. But linear-wise, today will be your past tomorrow, right? Did you learn something from today? Was there a takeaway for today to take with you into the future? So, time is a man-made thing, by the way. Men developed clocks, created linear time to feel grounded. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but to the universe there is no time. Which is why Spirit is saying these things are already yours. You're just not on that timeline yet. You're headed towards that timeline of receiving them physically. But they're not here yet because you're just not on that timeline, and you will. And I feel like I've been saying, second, third week of September, you're going to be completely on the train that leads you to these manifestations, that leads you to this garden where you planted these seeds, where everything is fully bloomed. And that's why we have the Ten of Pentacles. By the way, on the bottom of that deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles too. So there's our succession right there. There's a little bit more proof for you. Help you feel a little better. Nine of Pentacles is seeing the seeds, the fruits of your labor. Ten of Pentacles to me is you're in the house, the new house. You're driving that new car. You've got the new relationship. You found your new tribe. Your thought patterns are completely different. The way that you deal with things in your life is completely different because there's more faith. With this card, it's been proven to you that whatever you desire is yours. Anything that you wish for. Once you put a wish out there, it's out there. Even if you say, nah, I'm not interested in that anymore, it's still there. So you may get it. And then you can fall in love with it again. So, now we have Judgment. Fairness. I feel like, because we have opportunity to forgive for our one of our oracle cards, I feel like someone's getting their just desserts, and that doesn't mean a bad thing. It's not necessarily bad. Whatever you've been putting out, you're going to get back. That was last month's theme too, part of it. Whatever you've been putting out, you're going to be getting back. But don't overthink it. And say, oh my God, I did this thing, or I wasn't completely truthful about that thing. It's okay. Because you're aware of that stuff and you're changing it. So that type of karma may not even come back to you. But if you've been doing good things for people and you've been the nicest person possible at any given time, even if you weren't nice per se, but you were doing the best that you could, that is what counts. The only time that negative karma will come back to you is if you don't do something to rectify the situation, to rectify something within yourself, to fix something within yourself, or if you feel validated in a certain behavior that could have been a nicer behavior, then you might get naughty karma. But for the most part, I don't see a lot of awful karma coming back to you. I do see it coming back to some people you're dealing with. People have not exactly been the sweetest peaches on the tree. And everyone's got stuff they're going through. Whatever we're going through, everybody else on the planet is going through the same thing. You're just self-aware. You're just aware of yourself as a spiritual being. And maybe they're not. Or maybe they are, and they're just not on the same timeline that you are. They're not in the same space. They're not, in the same point on the same point in their path to spiritual awakening. That karma is going to come back to them, not to punish, but to teach. And that's all karma is anyway. We do something nasty to somebody, we know we did something nasty, we don't apologize, we're not sorry. Karma comes back to us, not to punish us. It comes back to us to show us something. Like, this is what happens when you put that out there. This is what happens. That's the lesson for karma every single time. So somebody maybe several somebodies, are not getting the most pleasant karma right now. And if you take joy in that knowledge, it makes you a human being. But it's never suggested to wish bad karma on other people, because that'll give you some bad karma. So, Spirit says just keep focusing on yourself. You focus on you. And make sure what you're doing is the best at that possible moment. Make sure you're behaving the best you can at any given moment. Any given moment, Spirit says. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And that doesn't mean don't make mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes. Like I said, but you're aware. You're aware that there's things in you that need to be different. And you're working on it. So, that karma that you're getting back is going to be okay for the most part. And for some of that karma is going to be woohoo. Yeah. All right, what's on the bottom of the other cards? On the bottom of the Heaven and Earth Tarot, we have the Three of Cups, abundance. Yes, that is about financial abundance. A little. I mean, that's a piece of it. I won't say a little bit, but that is a piece of it. But there's that. That's also speaking to okay, so financial, emotional, mental, abundance in friends. Again, a lot of you are finding your new tribe. People from your past have taught you everything that there is to teach you. That's what we're here for again. It's to teach each other stuff. to teach each other lessons, to teach each other how to be better people, to teach each other how to grow spiritually. So there is a celebration coming. Again, there is some financial, there's a financial flavor there. And for some of you, that financial flavor is what the last piece to the puzzle that makes you feel abundant on every level. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting to be comfortable financially. Knowing that all of your needs and more will be met. Knowing that you can do for other people. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be financially comfortable. So, I do get an energy of a lot of you putting yourselves down for that because we were trained from birth. Money's bad. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are doing bad stuff. They're breaking the law. We grew up with that. The people who raised us, they grew up with that too. But you know what? We're breaking the cycle. We're breaking that cycle. Woohoo! Gotta love me some cycle breakers. All right. So you guys are doing great. You really are. Let's pick a couple of words out of the word jar. Well, I don't normally look, but news popped right out at me. So news. We have no pages, but that's okay. You know what? I'm going to have to put news with one of our oracle cards, and it may not make any sense to you at first, but confusion is the oracle card. This is from the telepathy oracle. All seekers of truth, news, will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. Yeah, so that goes. That matches. Thank you, Spirit. We love the synchronicities, people. It's a beautiful thing. When will you be back? Yeah, another ongoing theme. Some of you are dealing with people from your past still. People from your past coming back around. Just the universe saying, are you sure? Are you sure you're done? And whatever decision you make, as I always say, will be the best decision for you at that moment. And you have the prerogative to change your mind anytime that you see fit. But if there's still a little bit of lesson that you haven't learned, some of you may go back to somebody that you've already dealt with and thought you were done with. And obviously they weren't done with you because I don't think you were looking. I think they were manifesting you. One more. Waking up. Yes, we are. We are waking up. Judgment is a wake-up call. No Tower. Do get that energy too. But because we're waking up, we take that leap of faith. All right. The other oracles. Sacred Traveler Oracle. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Yeah, Spirit's just saying something. Well, it's obvious what Spirit's saying. Spirit is just saying, do more things that bring you joy. Interact with more people who bring you joy. Interact with your children, your grandchildren, your neighbor's children, your puppy, your kitty. If you can stay in a consistent state of joy, all the other stuff falls away. And the quicker those things that you want to manifest come to you. Okay. And let me see, daily guidance from the Angels Oracle. This is opportunity to forgive. And I'll have to read that for you guys. Pardon me? This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. Yeah, so for those of you that are dealing with human beings, or even situations, people, places, or things, even if it's a situation you've already dealt with, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever you think you could have done better or done differently. Forgive yourself for that. And then tell yourself, thank you. Thank you for that experience. I didn't know that then, but I know it now. And that means I can fix it. I can work on it. I can make me better. And again, if it's other humans, and whether you choose to go back to that person or go interact with that person again or not, or maybe you choose to move along, forgive them too. Just remember, the forgiveness starts from forgiving yourself first. If you can't forgive yourself, you cannot forgive another human being completely. You may forgive them, but you'll still carry the trauma or the wrong that was done to you in here, in your heart. So forgive yourself and then forgive the other person. And once you forgive yourself, the other person will pretty much be forgiven anyway. That stuff just kind of fades away once you learn to forgive yourself. You didn't know what you didn't know. Now you're making different decisions based on different information. And you're doing fine. All right, thanks for showing up, you guys. And have a fabulous September. I hope you enjoy the crispy leaves if you are in the part of the world that has crispy leaves in the fall. All right? Blessings.